Hey guys, Sebastian here again. So today I'm going to be breaking down round 5 of the Garry Kasparov vs. Deep Blue rematch from 1997. Now without further ado, let's quit this dilly-dally and let's begin with the game. In this game, Garry Kasparov has the white pieces and Deep Blue has the black pieces. Now let's begin. Knight to f3, d5. Now these first few moves are very similar to the first game, as you can see. h3 and then bishop takes f3 is the first new move. Bishop takes f3, c6, getting this light square complex, d3, e6. This is kind of similar to the Capablanca system. He's probably just going to put his bishop here, his knight here, and short castles, possibly. E5, e4, knight d5, bishop to g2, d takes e4, bishop takes e4, knight to f3, bishop to g2, bishop to b4 check, knight to d2, h5. This is playing more aggressive. Instead, he probably should just short castled, but instead he plays, short castled, but instead he just plays knight. He just plays h5, queen e2, putting some pressure on this knight like this. I cannot draw the heir, so I'll just do that. Queen to c7, defending that. c3, attacking the bishop. Bishop to e7, dropping back. d4, attacking this knight. Knight to g6. h4, just taking space on both sides. e5, trying. Deep Blue is trying to get its knight centralized again. Instead, we get knight to f3, e takes d4, knight takes d4, long castles. And the idea of long castles is if you short castled, this pawn would have made your king very weak. So instead, you long castle and take control of the d-file, because once this knight moves, it's fully open. We get bishop to g6, putting some pressure on this knight. Knight to g4, long castles. As you can see, once again, the kings are on the same file. This is another game where both sides have long castled. Rook he8, queen to c2, king to b8, king to b1, bishop takes g5, h takes g5, knight 6 to e5, rook he1, c5, knight to f3, rook takes d1, rook takes d1, knight to c4, queen to a4, rook to d8, rook to e1, and knight to b6, attacking the queen. Queen to c2, moving it out the way of danger and putting some pressure down this diagonal. Queen to d6, c4, queen to g6, queen takes g6, f takes g6, b3, knight takes f2, and rook to e6, exploiting this weakness of doubled pawns on the g-file. King to c7, rook takes g6, rook to d7, defending this pawn, knight to h4, knight to c8, going for this. Bishop to d5, going for something like this. Knight to d6, rook to e6, knight to b5. C takes b5, rook takes b5, rook to g6, attacking this pawn. And then you get rook to d7, knight to f5, attacking this, putting some pressure on it. Knight to e4, knight takes g7, rook to d1 check, king to c2, rook to d2 check, king to c1, rook takes a2, knight takes h5, knight to d2, and Garry Kasparov plays knight to f4. Now, if we go back a move, Garry Kasparov missed an idea. I'll take a sip of my water, and I'll let you guys look at this position, and I'll let you guys find what he missed. Okay, that was enough time for you guys. If you said he missed b6 check, well, there's a reason why you're watching this video and not, an advanced video. So, let's go. He missed rook to g7 check. King to b6, he missed the sequence. Knight to b3 check, king to b1, rook to d2, knight to f6, rook to g2, rook e7, knight to d2 check, king to c1, knight to b3 check, king to d1, rook to g1 check, king to e2, rook takes g3, g7, knight to d4 check, king to d2, rook to g2 check, king to d3, knight to f5, rook e6 check, king takes b5, queen to g8 equals, rook to g8, just g8 equals queen, rook takes g8, and knight takes g8, and you get a rook for 3 pawns, and you guys both have a knight. Garry Kasparov missed that and instead played knight to f4 as stated earlier, and we get knight takes b3 check, king to b1, rook to d2, rook to e6, c4, rook to e3, king to b6, g6, king to b5, g7, king to b4, queen, and technically a draw was agreed upon, but white queens, and get rook to d1 check, king to a2, rook to d2 check, king to b1, rook to d1 check, king to c2, and it's just a draw. But yeah, even though he was up 7 points of material, it was still a draw. So thank you for watching the video, and now it's announcement time. Hey guys, so yeah, it's announcement time. School's starting back very soon for me, so it's no longer going to be daily uploads like it has been for ever since I came back from vacation. And yeah, I just want to say that I'm going back to school, so I'll only be uploading on certain weekends. No, I'm not gonna have a set schedule. This could easily be the death of my channel. But I just wanted to tell you guys that I will be not uploading as much, not as frequently. I will still be uploading though. Same quality of videos, so decent quality. And yeah, thank you guys so much for the support on this channel. It's honestly felt amazing to be able to do something that I love, like playing chess. Thank you guys so much for the love on the birds video and both of the Garry Kasparov versus Deep Blue series. There's only one more game, so finally, once this is over, I can finally be done with this. I like it, don't get me wrong, it's just not as fun, but yeah. Thank you guys, and yeah. Have a good day.